Okay, in this second part of the points tutorials, we're going to talk about importing points from a data file. And data files that we use in surveying are created by the data collector usually. And then you usually have to convert those to an ASCII file. Some data collectors will automatically create an ASCII file. If you're not familiar with what they look like, I'm going to show you. This is a section corner points that I gave you for a previous homework assignment. And this is actually section corner points .asc. That's the file type. File extension is a .asc. So to look at these, you want to open them with a notepad. That way you can read it. And it's a comma delimited file, so it's just data separated out by commas. And the first column of information is the point number. The second is the northing, then the easting, then the elevation, and finally the description. So this is what a normal format for an ASCII file will be, but you can rearrange the information into a different order, and that would be a different format for the ASCII file, but I think this is a pretty common one, and that's what we'll be using in the class. And so it's pretty important that you kind of stick with the same format. You don't want to change them around because that can get confusing. Okay, so we're going to import that data into our drawing. And you could do this a couple different ways. You can do it by selecting the Create Points toolbar here or from here. And this tool button right here is the Import Points tool button. You can also do it from the Insert tab and the Import panel and select points from File. The first thing it'll look for is that format that I talked about. First the point number, then the northing, then the easting, elevation, and then the description, and it's comma delimited. You can see that there's an automatically AutoCAD lists different options for that format. And then it wants to know the source file. So this is where you click on the plus, go to the folder that your ASCII file is located in, and double click on it to insert it into this area here. You can also make sure that the points that you're adding go to a specific point group by selecting this box. We don't have any point groups created in this drawing, so I can't do it here, but I guess you could create a group by using this icon right here. And then some advanced options. Let's select OK, and then let's zoom extent so that we're able to actually see our point. And again, in this drawing, our point labels are not showing up, so we want to go to Point Group, right click on All Points, Properties, and change that point label style. Now, I realize that in this all the label styles that were in the other template are not showing up in this drawing. So I'm going to go through that process one more time to show you how to get those label styles into your template. Let's go ahead and select OK here. Now we have those, and you can change this. It's a little frustrating that those settings are now gone that you've gotten used to. I know, I'm really apologize about that, but change it here. I think we did 1000 last time, so yeah, that makes it easy to read. Okay, so you might want to have your template open to do this. So make sure you've got your template. I don't have my template open. I have Drawing 1 open, but you can open the template itself. And here, all you have to do is change this files of type to DWT, and then you could select your new template that you created, and then you can also open the template that we've been using all semester, which is this AutoCAD Civil 3D Imperial NCS, the National CAD Standard. I'm going to open it, and again, make sure you're on the Settings tab, and your view is Master View. Make sure you can see both drawings in this tree here, and then go to Point, Label Styles, and there you can see are all the point label styles that are in this template drawing. So if you want to select this point number elevation description and scroll down to your other template or your drawing and place it in that drawing. Now when you open up the label styles, you have one there. Okay. So I'm going to close this because we're currently in that template drawing, but you can move all those label styles over that you want. Let's not save any changes. And now we're back in this drawing. Let's change that label style back to point number, elevation, and description. You see, it's just a little bit different. Okay, I'm going to undo and go back to the way it was because the text is easier to read when it's white. And remember that you can edit that label style right here. And just as we've done in our other homework assignments, you can change the label style and how it looks in the Label Style Composer. Okay, also I want to show you how to export points, because a lot of times we'll put geometry into the drawing and we'll create new points and export it so that our field crews can go out and stake out those points. So we need to export them, and the fastest way I found to do that is to right click on point and then select export. And again, it'll ask you the format that you want. It'll ask you a destination file. So I'm going to select this folder and say new.asc. And you want to make sure that the file type is all files. I think it will probably default to a text file. So you need to make sure that it says all files, and you need to put the .asc at the end and say open. You can limit what points you export by the point group. So if you had a point group selected, you could select just that point group to export, and then advanced options and say OK. Now let's go to our folder, open up the new.asc, and there are all the new points. Okay, so that's how you import and export points into AutoCAD. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Give me a call, send me an email, and I'll do my best to get back to you in a timely manner and help you out as much as possible.